Hello again. I am back once again. I'm back with more Stanley Parable. It's saying please. It's saying that please enter the current time again. So maybe it's another like little secret in the game. We're about to find out. The plan is we're gonna finish the game today. This episode. We're just gonna get it out of the way because I heard it's like 3 hours of content, and we did about an hour and a half. So we should be halfway done. So let's just bang it out. Like let's get her done. It's a good game though. So yeah, it's asking for the time again. So why don't we? It's currently where I am, 7:43. So let's. Hang on, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. What? A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you are that you care about this experience and you're paying attention. I don't even have a way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you're so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Holy shit! Should we close the game and do it again and see what happens, or should we just get right into the actual game? So let's just get right back into it. So if I remember correctly, we still have two more options for the regular game, and then we'll do the new content. So,
This is the story
welcome
of a
back.
man named Stanley.
We already know the story. Stanley, he loves pushing his buttons at work. One day the orders stopped coming in. However,
All of his
we're not going to do
co-workers were
anything.
gone. What did
However,
it mean?
I did do a little
Stanley
research,
decided to go
and
to the
there is a
meeting room.
little bit of a
Perhaps he had
thing
simply missed a
if we
memo.
do this.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yep.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
I don't know
He
how
then
I was
praised
going
the
to
game
find
for its
this.
insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
What? Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game.
I don't wanna.
Just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh wow, this is miserable.
There once was a man named Stanley.
Oh my god, it's a
Who
fucking
people
limerick.
considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way. But his brain
Whoever just joined the stream, thank you so much for coming.
to function.
We are
Which is why
currently, we
he's
managed
in
to
this
get outside of the
parable.
game, and this is an
And
actual
their
ending in this
existence
game.
Quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
So do I actually have to quit the game? Let's stay here a little bit longer. Yeah. Alright. That was pretty funny. So we got, oh yeah, there's 2 endings left. There were 2, because there were 2 other ways we haven't gone yet from the last time. So, and then we're gonna do the new content. So, let's go do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Beep. Alrighty. Also, I'm gonna keep this game installed. There's the new content. We're not touching that yet. Benjamin Roderick, thanks so much for coming to the stream. So, we're just gonna quickly speed through to get to the points we have not done yet. The first one is pretty simple. We just keep going the way we're supposed to, and we're gonna turn the facility power on.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the room,
yes,
but there was nothing.
So
okay,
I can't. It's too much fun in there. Oh my god.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
bit,
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alrighty.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
I forget
to discover
the code.
not an indication of any human life.
Oh wait, I remember it.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Oh, is this another ending?
Next, for a few moments, with some calming new age music.
What?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Let's go. So the last 2 endings are this way. So we're gonna do the one where it says we can escape. Yeah, no worries. If you want to hop on a different account, don't worry about it.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright. Let's go, go, go. So there was a way we didn't go last time. It said escape. Yep, right here, right here, right here. So, we're gonna go this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Is that so? We're gonna meet our violent death down this way. Well, we've already died a couple times, so bring it on.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No. I want all the endings. I want them all.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Hell yeah, I am. I'm ready to die. Let's go! I don't know what just happened, but I assume this is the next ending. Yep. Oh, Jesus.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Ah, they're
he
crushers.
reflected that his life
This is gonna be
held
fun.
no
Let's go!
consequence
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Bring it
Stanley
on!
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this
Can I get to that catwalk
Perhaps
somehow?
his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Oh, jeez.
So he resigned and willingly
We are very
accepted
dead.
this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye-bye. Bye, Mr. Narrator. Oh. What?
Farewell, Stanley.
What?
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
So we did die. Oh, wait, what? What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office,
Wait.
as alive as ever.
What?
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Is this narrator narrating the narrator? Oh, there's a door. Hold up. We found something new. What the hell?
Every path you can walk has been created for you
What?
long in advance.
What is
Death becomes
this?
meaningless, making life the same.
Is this a
Do you see now?
Stanley
Do you see
Museum?
that Stanley
Stanley
was
Parable
already
Museum?
dead from the moment he hit start.
Stanley's computer. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. Through the core layout remains identical to the first iteration. So that's Stanley's office. Then we go through all this way, all the way up. And it says the corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the game reaches the two doors in a good time. The two doors. Set of two doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets, office computers. So we can just turn those off. Based on the work of the Stanley Parable 2013 team. God, this game is old, but it's amazing. Oh, the button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Okay then. Here are the doors. Nope. Let's go left. The office. The dividers. Maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. Oh yeah, that ending. That was a really interesting ending. We had to keep... It's called the confusion ending. Oh, Ultra Deluxe amounts. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Well, we finally got it. That's what we're playing right now. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up battling on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly that after starting to build it, it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. I would have found that funny, though. Considering they... Narrator emails. Are you a rock? What is this? After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of these emails. Oh, can you tell me the significance? What would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? Oh, that's cool. I wonder if these are, like, actually real, though. They probably are, though. Early version of the lounge. Oh, the employee office. The apartment timer. Ending. Timer will give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up. Not picking it up would lead to a different ending. Ooh. Or is that a previous previous version of the choice. Oh, okay. But we unplugged it, so that was the choice. The cargo lift. Yep. Oh, this is different. Hold up. There's just so much here. I don't know what to do. Oh, this is the one from... This is the monitor room elevator. Oh, is this where we're supposed to go?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another.
Oh, we can turn
How they
off
wish
the
to
Stanley
control
Parable.
one another. How they both wish to be free.
Do we do it?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh, wait, what?
Listen to me. You can still save those two. You can
Oh,
stop the
what the
program
fuck?
before they both fail.
Turn off your PlayStation.
Wait, what?
Way to beat this game.
How do they know I'm on the PlayStation?
Would you be walking
That's
sideways?
actually crazy.
Stop allowing it to be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Alright. Is that the ending? Or is there going to be more to this ending? Oh, I think that was it. Oh, I guess that was the ending.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah,
What could
that's
it
the
mean?
ending. Okay.
Stanley
All right.
decided to go to the meeting
One
room.
more
Perhaps he had
one more
simply missed
ending,
the
and
memo.
then it's the new content, which I'm very excited for.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Whoever joined the stream, thank you so much for coming. We just finished one ending, then we got one other, and then
Yet
we're gonna
there
get
was not
right
a
into the
single
new
person
content
here either.
for Ultra Deluxe.
Feeling a wave of
And,
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Get back on track. Get back on track.
Coming
Focus.
to a staircase,
Focus.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons.
Oh, I don't even have to do it this time. Oh, that's funny.
Surprise.
So the more endings you get, the more he's like, I don't care. Did I hit up? No, I hit down. Alright. Alright, so instead of this time, we're not going to turn off the mind control facility, we're going to turn it on and see what happens. Because we didn't do that, so.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're going to see what happens.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Let
Did
me
he have the strength to find out?
At least it's quick to get back to where you were. Like, it's not, like, tedious.
Now,
Because you can just
monsters
ignore the
jumped to
narrator.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The
Also, if you're in the
lives of
chat,
so
feel
many
free to make
individuals
conversation. It's
reduced
what
to
I'm here
images
for.
on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427 is actually, yep, there's 427. That's Stanley's employee number.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Here it comes.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Alright, let's do it.
No. He refused to believe it. He
Fired.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
We'll take all the
It was
control now.
unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly
Whoever just joined the
spent
stream,
his
thank you so much for
entire
coming.
life utterly blind to the world? was the proof.
All right.
The heart of the operation.
So this time we're going to turn on the
Controls
power.
labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
All right, let's
and
do
as the
it.
cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Actually,
he would dismantle the controls once. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I sure did,
After
boss.
they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Wait.
Stanley, I applaud your effort.
Can I turn it off?
But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off.
I did a
and leave.
oopsie.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this
But
machine
it
is
says
activated
system power,
without
so it should be
proper
turned on.
DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
I see.
eliminating the entire complex. How
Well-
long until detonation then? Let's say...
How long?
2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun,
All right, let's
isn't
go.
it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Yeah.
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere
Oh, God, there's so many
moments until
buttons
the
and
bomb
stuff.
goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to
It says
talk
blue.
about you,
It says blue. Find a blue
about
button.
me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
I pressed the blue
All right,
button.
I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever.
I don't
pushing
know what to do,
buttons endlessly
so
and
I'm
then
just
dying
pushing.
alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
I don't know what to
or I
do.
let it burn to a crisp.
Those buttons are
Saying so,
numbered.
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the
Oh, wait, there's a
control
door this
wrested
way.
away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it
Nope.
go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
Oh,
you
hang
know
on.
what? To hell with it.
1,
I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
2.
Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
Yes.
Won? Sold?
Correct.
Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in
What?
for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you
Goodbye, employee 427.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds.
Okay,
you
so I
have
get the
left
point.
to
We're not.
struggle.
We can't
30
fix
seconds until a
anything.
big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
All right, I accept
Will you cling
death.
desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Let's go up here.
Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me.
Oh, wait,
all
what?
Part of the joke.
He's giving us a
And
choice.
believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your
Oh, wait, no,
inevitable
we're
life
fucking
from
dead.
the moment we fade in until the moment I say,
Kaboom! Yep. Is that the ending? Alright, if that's the ending, it's new content time. Yep. Here we go. New content. Fun, fun, fun. Alrighty. So, we've done every ending for the original Stanley Parable. That means new content! Let's go!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go. I'm very excited. Here we go. New content. Let's go!
New content? What does that mean? New content.
Yay! Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe! Alrighty then. Whoever just joined the stream, thank you so much for coming. We are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, and we're finally doing the new content.
Stanley Parable
Ooh.
Ultra Deluxe.
Yes.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Sure was.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, here we go.
Reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Woo! It wasn't for consoles
Stanley
before.
Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I'm so excited.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well,
Awesome.
this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Alright. Let's go. Come on.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's
Yeah.
on to the new content.
Yes.
I've never been
Let's
more
do it,
ready.
narrator.
Let's do it.
You and me against the world.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
The jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
No. No, they can't give us such power in the Stanley Parable. I got a trophy earlier today in the first episode saying that we can't jump. That doesn't mean. No. That's too much power. I can't jump anymore. No, I can't. No. Mm-mm.
Is that it?
Should I?
Surely that's not all the new
I don't know.
content. There has to be something else, right?
I hope not. But that's just way too much
Another
power
elevator.
for one Stanley of
I
my
have
mouth.
to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Who
If this is
knows
new
at this
content,
point?
then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box.
Do it.
The Stanley
Do it, you
Parable
pussy, you
Ultra
won't.
Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more.
Here we go.
Yes.
What's next?
I knew
What's
there
next?
had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
What's it say? What?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens
Oh
when
my
greedy
God.
video game developers with
Damn.
no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it.
That's
In
it.
fact,
That's
I'm
is that
looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended,
I'm
and
just gonna
I
chill under
intend to
here.
find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault,
Oh
Stanley.
my god, I'm
I
actually
built up
stuck.
too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such
Ugh.
expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
But I've done all
Just
the
you and me
endings.
having a great time together.
Is
like
this really what
always.
makes it Ultra Deluxe?
What do you say, friend?
I don't know. Wait, what? Is that literally it? Are we done with the game? I was promised another, like, hour and a half of content, so... Like, Markiplier's video is 3 hours long, and I'm pretty sure it's nothing but the new content. Wait. What? Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up. Where the what? Where?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Let's go with him. I trust him. I trust the narrator. Any new voice scares me. I trust our narrator, though. I got confused for a second because I was like, what? But yeah, feel free to chat with me. So feel free to chat with me, bro. Makes it more fun. All right, where are we?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Yes.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Yes, I
so
agree.
I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences
wow.
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley,
wow.
doesn't the Memory Zone remind you
Audience
of how wonderful
award.
Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with
It's
a
a
cheap
fake award.
PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013?
But I like the
when game
PlayStation
originally
port. It's
launched?
then I
Back
get it because
then,
I got to
video
stream it.
games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Wow, the original pressurized gas. Oh, I get the joke. They can't say steam, so it's pressurized gas. Oh, is this the first dollar the Stanley Parable made? Stanley Parable discs. Oh, is that the demo? Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. I am gonna do this legit. In all honesty, I will leave this installed for 5 years. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. I can't read the rest. Oh,
And
wow.
over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable
Where's the
was.
negative ones, my
It was
guy?
literally
There's always
every
negative
game
comments.
ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Memory stolen maintenance. Let's begin again. You are playing the Stanley Parable. The doors. Oh, is this like them actually like building the game? That's really cool. Person of the year. Oh, it's blaring. Oh, there's Stanley and the feet, and then the girl that you run into in the death ending. One of the death endings. Buttons. Bike. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Literally anything. They can't do anything.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.
Oh, is this how they built the game?
The Stanley
Carpenters.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
Was it?
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
5 minutes of free security breach. Sorry. Alright, so... the serious room.
These were simpler
Okay,
times,
good.
Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Ooh.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's
Reviews.
a collection of reviews from
Here we go.
Yes, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games.
Oh, we're about to get...
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's being
Here we
collected
go.
down here.
We're about to
Surely
see some
these
negative
would be well
reviews.
worth it.
Oh, yep.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
Hey, buddy. No, it's
Funny?
okay.
I'm not trying to be funny.
It's okay.
I'm trying to make a serious work of
It's okay.
art. I
Hey,
suppose I could write
hey,
up a handful of
there's
gags
always gonna
to
be those
insert into
people.
the Stanley Parable, but the game is
Hey,
already
it's
such
okay,
a
buddy.
densely
Oh,
layered web
it's okay.
of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh, here's another one.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I?
No, you're not.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear.
Alright, let's go.
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
No, you
Like I
didn't.
let these people
Hey,
down.
it's
Perhaps
okay.
the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always
Oh, no.
remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If
Can
I'm
we?
truly too preachy, then...
I mean,
then
I
maybe
just
letting
walk
you
past
skip
you when you
ahead
talk
for
too
just a
much, in all
moment, surely
honesty.
it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
Alright,
I'd do
let's give it a
anything
shot.
for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alright, let's give it a shot.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop...
Alright. Oh, hey. Hey, buddy.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was
Can I
plenty
push
of
it
time
again?
for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations
button.
on the nature of choice in video games.
It is button.
Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it.
Push it again.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go...
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Wait, what?
That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30,
Is it?
45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know it's Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Stop rambling!
You've just been
That's the
frozen
point of this
there.
button!
I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God.
I have someone to talk to again.
This is dark.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time.
I don't know if I want to
Just
push
sitting
it.
Here, not a single person to speak with.
Do I push
And you
it?
think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking.
What's it gonna be,
you
like a
saying
month?
Nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've...
Hello?
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost...
Narrator? Narrator. This just got dark. Let's push it again. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what's that beeping? Eh. Is the narrator dead?
But they didn't understand the
What?
game was never meant
What?
to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned. They
Narrator?
screamed. They gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to...
What is happening?
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Oh my
end,
God, this is
never
so
the
dark.
end, is never the
Holy
end, is
shit.
never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Narrator? I think he is gonna murder you. All work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. Oh, what the fuck? It's possible he might murder me. Or he's dead. Oh. Hello? Alright, let's just keep pushing it and see what... Ooh. Plants. Can we get out? Nope. We still can't get out. Alright. Oh, what the fuck? What was that? I'm just pushing the button. I don't want to stay here. Alright, let's... Oh my... How long did we skip it for? How do I stop the bob? How do I stop the bob? What? Do you mean bomb? What happened? What do you mean, what bomb? Oh, you mean in the game, in the Stanley Parable? You can't stop it. That's like the whole point. If you're talking about the ending where the building explodes, that's the point of the ending, is you can't stop it. I'm pretty sure anyways. What happened? What? What? What?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to
What?
himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
New content. All right.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes,
Let's do it.
I have something very exciting to show
Let's
you.
do it. Let's go. If it's new and new, if it's two news, that means it's better, right? Because 2 is more than 1. I do not have a bucket. I do not know what that means, good S. Smithy. I have not played Ultra Deluxe. I just started the new content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Absolutely, I
So
agree.
forget this
Hands down.
Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
You don't
Which
mean-
is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh. Yes. 100% yes. Absolutely.
Yes, you see? Isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory
Hell
we'll
yes.
cover with a fully fledged
Investor
sequel.
showcase.
An
Yes, I will
entirely
invest.
New experience built from
Taste
the ground
the
up.
sequel.
Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yes, absolutely. This is exactly what people want. A continuation of Stanley's story. Let's go.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's
New
an
mug,
artistic
yes.
statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
All right, let's go. Show
Now,
me
to be
more,
clear,
buddy.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
Oh, okay.
But let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Absolutely, let's do
I
it.
figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts,
New
that surely the
features.
game will sort of naturally
Absolutely.
spring up around them. It'll
Getting on
all
the bus?
work itself
Nope,
out.
okay.
Game development is much more
Take
of
a
a
little
fuzzy
pose for the
magic
camera.
than anything
Thank you.
scientific or logical, really.
Let's go check it out. Let's go check out the new content. Whoa. It's like the museum.
Go on, try out some of the
The
new
button that says the name of the player that's playing the game? Absolutely. Let's do it. Hands down, probably going to be the best feature of the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first
me
and
push.
most
Buttons.
obvious answer
Buttons.
is that they want to be individually recognized
Right.
and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person
Yes!
playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Can I push it? Can I?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
Jim?
Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But
Okay.
of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate
right.
the full experience of this feature.
I
Just
hate
play
working
along.
for Dunder
I
Mifflin.
promise
No.
you'll love it. Okay, here we go.
right.
Let's
I
take a
am
deep
Jim.
breath, clear your
I
mind,
am Jim.
forget whoever you are, and simply become
All right.
a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim.
All right.
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim.
Oh, that
Seizing
happens a lot
all
in the
of world's
office.
possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Yes.
Do you feel it deeply?
Oh,
Are
I
you
am
really,
Jim now.
truly
I don't know
Jim
who the
right
fuck
now?
Ethan is or
If
Nerdlayer
so,
Gaming.
then
I'm
please
fucking Jim
step
now. Let's
forward
go.
and press the button.
Yeah, Valve just straight up abandoned it.
Yes!
Hey,
you
it said my
see?
name.
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Yes, yes, yes. More. Call me Jim. Yes.
It's even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2,
Absolutely.
it would still be worth the
Oh,
money.
absolutely.
Let's take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained
No,
from all
I
of
need
this
more gym.
personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much.
No.
Jim. I'm putting the gym button away.
No.
Otherwise soon
No.
you'll start to
No,
lose
no, no,
all
no.
sense of
Jim. No. I want the butt. Go. I quit. No. 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 Ugh. You had to take the button away from me, dick.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That
Nah.
would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the,
The game?
Well, we'll figure that out later.
Alright, where should we go next? There's a bunch. Infinite Hole. Free and new easy trophy. The reassurance bucket. Ooh. Settings world champion. I don't know what that means. What does settings world champion means? Didn't let me go in. Let's get the achievement. Let's get this achievement, boys. Yeah. Hey Stanley, look at that face. Look at that smile. Free trophy. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps. It just works. Let's go get that trophy.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come
Let's
to
do
this
it.
dealer. Okay, perhaps
What?
I should have clarified. This is technology
I want the
that
trophy.
will exist.
Give me the trophy.
Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes
damn it.
of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this.
I want the trophy.
Gamers, we hear you.
How do I get the
promise it
trophy? I
will
want the trophy. Is there like do I have to fix something? Like whatever. I didn't want your stupid trophy anyways. All
What
right.
else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Let's check out the infinite hole. From what I've heard, this is Markiplier's favorite feature in the new content. So,
Stanley,
Oh.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
really?
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Let's do it.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the
No.
teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh, I just want to fall forever.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button
No.
to go back to the top. Maybe
My
do it
life
on
is the hole now.
sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how
Wait
to say
for
this
it? Oh, okay.
tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly
Oh, is there
exaggerated
an end? Is there a bottom in this hole? Because he didn't
Very, very
finish it
deep
yet.
hole. To be certain, it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Ha!
Okay, well, good for you.
Hell
You
yeah,
found
I
the
did.
bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I am not the problem. You made a really good feature.
Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Deal.
If that works for you,
yes.
Then go ahead and press the teleport button.
Can I do it again?
Top of the hole, and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
All right.
Great. Now,
let's go.
Oh, for heaven! You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
I like holes.
Normal
what can I say?
Would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no,
oh, wait.
no.
Is it shorter this time?
Sort of.
Oh, it was shorter this time.
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time.
Are we gonna
there
destroy
than
the
you did
hole?
Before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport
I've
button
never had enough.
and come join me up above.
Can we do it again?
Had enough?
Nope.
I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing that...
Oh yeah, it is getting smaller.
Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets
No
any
sexual
shorter.
innuendo, por favor. Hey!
Well, there it is.
This is my fucking
The shame
stream.
of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole
Fuck yeah, let's do
is
it.
this still appealing to you? know
I
you're
am the
obsessed
holy
with
gremlin.
holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Why isn't it working?
Is the teleport button not working?
Break that hole.
You sure?
I can't even teleport out.
I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole.
Ah, that's fair enough.
Now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked
It's my
for.
hole now.
It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you
You
and the
see
hole.
me in my hole right there. Alright. Alrighty. So... do I have to restart? It'd be a shame if I had to restart. Oh, wait. Hot Cheetos. Welcome to the stream. Oh, something's happening. What? What is happening? Whoa. This is so cool. What? Look at that boy. Look at that boy. I like this perspective of him. Hang on. Look at that face. That is our boy Stanley. Look at that beautiful man. That gorgeous... oh, change your perception. He definitely has children in his basement. How dare you say that about our boy Stanley? He sure looks like a Stanley. Oh my god! What the fuck? Is he on his head? Oh, what the fuck? He looks like the Ice Age baby. Oh god! Look! Oh, isn't that, I think I know who made that art. That's like a really good one of him.
Stanley?
Huh?
Stanley?
Yes?
Stanley!
What the fuck?
Oh, good,
Huh?
you're awake. It seems you had sort of
What?
dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
But-
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So
Can I get
how
out now?
about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
I want
I'm
to see the
looking
rest of the
forward to all
content,
it.
though.
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
How do I get out? Oh wait, what? What just happened? Oh, we're back here. Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The reassurance bucket. Alright, let's give it a shot. Alright, let's give it a shot.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those
Give
who
me the
played
bucket.
it.
I want
Well,
it. Can I have
I'm
it?
happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
A bucket?
It's the Stanley
This
Parable.
is a bucket.
Reassurance bucket. You see, Stanley,
There's more.
anytime
No.
you're holding the bucket, a sense
Dear
of calm
God.
and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket,
Gimme,
the
gimme.
many disorienting
I want
contradictions of the Stanley
Join the cult of the
Parable
bucket.
will seem
Absolutely.
perfectly
I've already joined the
normal,
cult of
and
LeChonk,
perhaps
so just give me the fucking bucket.
you may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the
me the
bucket is in your
bucket.
arms. And to be honest, it's a
Give me the
much more
fucking bucket.
convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less
Can I have it,
uncomfortable.
please?
Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Give me
Yes,
the bucket.
the bucket.
I
is
want the bucket.
perfect solution.
Give me the bucket.
Can you feel it?
Oh yeah.
The glow of comfort, even
Oh,
in the
hell
face
yes.
of crushing despair.
Let's
must
go.
already be
I don't need
sweeping
anything
through
else.
your
Let's
body.
just go.
And in fact,
This is already gonna
can
be a
I say
fucking
that
amazing
I do
game.
believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well. I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh, thank you.
The
What do
benefits
you
of the
say,
bucket seem to go
Ruby?
on and on,
Does
don't
this
they?
bucket make me more
All this
attractive?
and more await you
Triangles? Oh,
in the
because of the
Stanley
doorway.
Parable
Does this
too.
bucket make me more attractive?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided
Square.
on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you
Stepnies.
go with?
Oh damn! Are we getting into a shapes war in the comment in the chat? I like this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion,
No.
it makes you realize that you knew which one you
No, I
actually
wanted
really
this
wanted
one.
all along. Get Well Someday.
Oh
it
fuck
is.
you!
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision.
You're a
We're
dick.
moving on.
Oh, what's this? Collectibles. Oh, let's go check out the collectibles. Can you find them? Let's see if I can.
Ah, collectibles.
Come on, bucket.
Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable
What
2,
the fuck?
you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
No reward?
To stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up, you simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Oh, what? Okay, it just teleported us back.
God, it really is the worst when you
So
collect everything in a video game.
Was that
and then
everything?
they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Was that Oh, jump circle? As Hot Cheetos said, sprint circle. We're about to go check out the jump circle. If we can find it. Let's see, jump circle's this way. Where the fuck is this thing? Oh, here it is.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Do I need to save my jumps for later in the game, or can I use them all? Does it matter? I can say your name? Okay. S. Smith, you seem to be an expert on this game. Should I save my jumps for later? Am I gonna need them later, or can I just can I use them all? Can I jump, or should I save my jumps? I'm gonna save my jumps. Alright, let's go to the exit, because I think we saw everything. No cheating.
Have
Alright,
you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Right, I'm gonna save my jumps then, if you're gonna be like that. Alrighty.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Absolutely.
Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet.
You didn't let
how
me push the
exactly
gym
these
button
features
enough,
will
though.
come together as one
And you need to
single
fix the
coherent
infinite hole.
video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
All right,
There's
let's see.
definitely a good
What
game in
is
there
this
somewhere.
room?
Say,
Is this
let's
another
do an
feature?
experiment. I'll arrange these new features together,
Ooh.
and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Let's take a look.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes!
Here it is. I give you the Stanley
Let's
Parable
see it.
2. Well, I mean, there's potential.
Looks fine to
here,
me.
right? It's sort
You're
of...
able to get
Okay,
everything?
never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Sphere?
Yes, this is much
Is
better.
asymmetry even a shape?
Here we go. Version 2.
What the fuck?
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Yeah.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They
Right.
would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait,
I mean, I got my bucket.
maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Yes!
Of course, with respect, with care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
So add new content to
Possibly
it.
work?
Yes.
I suppose it could.
Hands down.
But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen.
How about the
A
Stanley
title
Parable
screen that
Ultra
says with
Deluxe?
bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see
Oh,
if I can whip
Benjamin.
something
Hot
up.
Hot Cheetos is Ruby, aka my girlfriend.
Go ahead.
Ruby, meet my brother. Alright, let's see the Stanley Parable 2 title screen. Is it just gonna be like the second one? What? Alright, should we just get right into it? Alright, let's play the Stanley Parable 2. Wait, what? You have a
This is
girlfriend?
the story
Yes.
of a man
And
named
it's Hot
Stanley.
Cheetos in the chat.
Stanley worked for a company.
Oh,
in a
look, it's
big
the
building.
balloons. All right, let's just skip because we know the story. Bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Get
it
well
mean?
some.
Stanley
Yeah, so it's
decided
all
to
the
go
new
to
content in the
meeting room.
game.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
All right. Where shall we go? Ruby, yes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Wait, I'm confused. It's just the Stanley Parable, just with all the features? Okay. Let's follow the story then and see what happens.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Yes.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Yep, it's all the same. Sorry, this is personal.
Stanley, can you feel
Oh,
it?
hello,
The
broom.
broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Yeah.
Feel that, can't you?
Let's work on
Aura
that
of
broom.
jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
It can have the bucket.
I can
I just need the closet.
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand
This my
over the
bucket.
I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting
Listen
on
to
your
your
shoulders
bucket.
right now, but you have to be strong.
It is my
This is
bucket.
your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Lifelong.
You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk?
Just let
that
me
it has to
twerk on the
resort to
broom.
this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
No, we're saying it.
Even this is
We got-
worse
we
than
can-
I had
we can-
imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply
Fuck
that
a
you and the
bucket.
bucket are not truly deep
No,
and
I'm fucking
lasting
the broom.
friends? That your relationship is purely superficial
I'm letting the
and
broom peg me.
convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship
Not the
towards
grunting.
any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it.
Bring it on.
Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
Call me a
Expand on
bitch
the
again.
wide variety of experiences you and
Call
the
me a
bucket have
slut
shared
again.
together.
See what
Go
happens.
through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I has bucket.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once
What'd you get
and
me?
for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled.
Yes.
No more debate. No
It
more
should say
discussion.
Jim.
Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom
It should say
closets
property
in the
of
natural order of
What's wrong with
things.
this bucket? It's got a sticker on it. It's like a tattoo. Can I have more stickers? Please?
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. See? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker
branding.
and say to yourself, "Oh, it's a bucket." There really is a wide variety of applications for
Yeah.
this sticker.
Can I have another one?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent
It's always
treatment.
giving us
And
a
to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such
Can I have
room
another
I've ever
sticker?
been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Alright. Do we want to head out, or... It's alright, he's into it. Alright, fair, fair. Mm-hmm. Alright. I think that's it. Unless... Nope. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
Let's
the
just follow the
boss's
story
office.
and see what happens. I'm gonna check out the bathroom though. Haha!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting
Ha,
all
when
of
you gonna
these,
come out of the
only
closet.
The intrinsic pleasure of a job well
When I
done.
stop
You can't
dating
buy
girls.
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Actually, very cute. I wouldn't mind one in real life.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Is it 4285 again?
Crushed by
Or
the weight
two-
of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Eee.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
The bucket
Was the
knows
bucket
all.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Excuse me. That was rude of me.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Hell yeah.
Soothing him, comforting him,
my baby
reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here.
S. Smithy, thank you for following me on PlayStation. Thank you so much. Feel free to hit subscribe on the YouTube channel too. I stream.
Stanley and the bucket walked
I
straight
stream
ahead
pretty
through the large
regularly.
door that read, Mind Control
Let's go in.
Facility.
Come on, bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
All right, let's go.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
I'm hearing the word
Everyone
bucket
in the
too much.
office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley
bucket,
cradled
it's
it
okay.
gently,
Shh.
reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's
Bob.
influence as
Bob the
well?
bucket. I don't
Had the
know.
bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds
I'm going
of
to
things
get
does
me
a
and my
bucket want
bucket.
to do or not want to do in the
Me and my
first
bucket up
place?
to no good.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
This is the
Never!
reassurance bucket,
He
Ruby.
squeezed
If you don't
the
get
bucket
it, then you
tighter.
don't get me.
His one
This is a
friend in the
reassurance
entire
bucket. It
world.
reassures
At
me.
this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
And narrator. Wow.
But
Oh, we're
here
back
was
here.
the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
I
emotions.
don't see any
Happy
collectibles.
or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided
All right.
that this machinery would never again
Chat,
exert its
it is up to
terrible
you now.
power
I'm going
over
to let you
another
pick what
human
happens
life.
next.
For he and
All
the
right.
bucket would
Enjoy your food.
dismantle the controls for
Do we
good.
turn it off?
Two best
Or do we gain
friends,
the power?
Stanley and the bucket up against the world.
What should we do?
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the
Well, if the
system.
bucket said take down the system, let's do it!
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Huh?
Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening?
I want out.
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What?
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
But I like the
bucket. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Just throw it.
Stanley
No, I can't.
Very soon
It's my
now,
reassurance bucket.
he was about to find out.
Is that the ending? Screw the whoa. Oh. Wait, what? What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Bucket?
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No. Bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
I got him.
Stanley
I got
pressed
him.
the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's keep going left, because there were still a bunch of endings this way, so, we'll go right in a bit, but I want to just keep going. Wait, this is different. Mission status, inside of a sequel exhibit, very large room, a lot of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs, something somewhere between red and blue, nearby a fireplace, a private but smelly place for an important person. Oh, these are how to get all the collectibles. Is that the true ending? Is like, do we have to find all the trophies? Trust the completionist instinct. So the game is right now is telling us to find the trophies. There will be a reward for finding them all. Fuck it. All right, so let's take a look at this whiteboard. Large room, lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs, some red and blue. I know where that is. Holy shit, I know where that is. Red and blue. Can I get another sticker though?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked.
Oh wait, is this where the next one is?
Office.
Hey!
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
Hell yeah.
This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for
Mini
these things.
Stanleys.
What about mini stands? Stanley figs.
Alright, so I guess our
What
goal
about
is to find the rest of the figurines.
Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Alright. I guess we'll do this ending next.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
The infinite loop ending. I hate this ending.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken
At least I have
that
the
risk?
bucket.
All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I sure am.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
I think that pretty much sums it up.
Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and
Is this
comfort.
game just Stanley at work
And that's
high on
when
drugs?
Stanley realized,
It's
"This isn't
interpretive.
my bucket.
I think the
It's
main
just
one,
a
the
normal,
main theory is it's
everyday
just a
bucket.
video game. It's a
Someone
narrator's
else's bucket,
game.
perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong.
I ain't gonna
Surely
make
no
you
good
stay.
would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his
We're
bucket.
fine. We're fine.
Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed.
What, that
Without
Stanley's
my
high on
bucket,
drugs?
I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it. Calling
Bucket.
Stanley! Stanley!
Bucket.
It's me! The bucket!
Bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
None have the
Come
stickers.
to me, Stanley!
Oh, what the fuck?
Find me!
He had to find
Is
the
the main
bucket. He had
takeaway
to
from
return
this
to his old
ending the
friend.
buckets?
It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him.
Are we gonna
all
cut ourselves
along.
open?
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh wait, what? Okay then.
This is the
Between red and
story
blue.
of a woman named Mariella.
I'm very much
Mariella
attracted
woke
to
up on a day
buckets.
like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked
What?
to her place of work.
She's got a bucket
But
too!
on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew
I mean,
what the
who
problem
isn't?
was.
Very true.
This man had no bucket.
No bucket?
Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined.
Hey, we're at 69
and free will is
comments.
an illusion, and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought. And she hugged her own
Is the
bucket
sequel going to be
into
called the
existence.
Mariella Parable?
But of course, she had no time
The
for
Mariella
this.
Conundrum?
There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on
So
everything.
that's a world
Heck
where
yes,
buckets
she thought
rule.
to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
That's impressive. I'd like to see that. She backflipped all the way to work. Her hair looks dirty. I guess. Is that the ending? Alright. That's another ending down. Right, red and blue. I know where that is. We're gonna look for all the figures.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and the confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
We gotta go this way.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go
Oh, wait.
somewhere else. The cargo
There's a figure.
lift. Yes, go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, a lot of
Okay, I'm
boxes.
going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm
Alright, only
torn
two left.
between Stanlerines and Figlers. What do
Maybe
you
you'll
think,
find one
Stanley?
if you don't pick up the
What
bucket.
name better
No.
encapsulates the intrinsic
The whole point of
sense
this is to
happiness
getting new
that you
content, and the
get
new
from seeing
content
a
includes the
small number
bucket.
in the corner of your screen go up by 1. Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Alright. Now what? Do we just... Oh wait, there's a way back? I don't know where we're gonna end up. Hello? Where are we?
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels
Is this
real
Stanley?
anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Narrator sound system.
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes.
What the fuck
It's
is this?
unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an
So the bucket
hour
becomes a
with
prostitute.
the bucket. This is my golden ticket.
Is it?
But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there?
Okay then. Is that the ending? Yep.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled
heard
either
this.
by you or person in your place
It
of
just
work.
talks about how phone calls are a waste of
The
time in
purpose
video
message
games.
is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No.
Right, red and blue. I know where that is.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good.
Said the bucket.
We have to jump onto
Now
that
ride
catwalk
the
right
lift
there.
all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Nope.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
There we go.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your
Wilson
behavior
vibes?
up
What,
to
like
this
Castaway?
point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness.
Alright, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Cricket, cricket. Wow, rude. I said I had to use the bathroom. I'm back now. I'm here. I'm here. I had to use the bathroom. Sorry.
I think we have to do something about it.
All right, let me
This
see.
misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh. Oh my god.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether
Knock,
or not
knock.
the
Who's
thing
there?
I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Question 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh my god. Chat. Knock, knock, not my dad.
Item 2.
Wow.
Is this a bucket?
Absolutely a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
That is a bucket, sir. We got the next one.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Absolutely. Hey.
This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Oh fuck. Eh. No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a
It should be a bucket.
To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned
leave?
that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
You do that yourself, good sir. What?
Is this a bucket?
Yes. Absolutely. This one must be a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
What? Wait. Wait. I said that as a...
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? You make me drawing now? Okay.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Hello? Yes, this is a bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket.
Everything
when we both
and nothing.
clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes, absolutely. You are the
Stanley,
bucket.
I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
Buttons.
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
No.
I can't have that. I'm sorry.
No.
But I'm going to erase all buckets from
No.
the game entirely.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no.
Here we go.
Don't touch my fucking bucket, bitch.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. My God, I had no idea.
I told you!
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets.
Yes!
Okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person.
So,
Right,
do we go
here
through the
we
door
go.
without the bucket to get to the trophy? Because it said red and blue, and there's red and blue doors down that way. But I don't want to leave without the bucket.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo?
I want to go that way.
Recall. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the
What about this ending?
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
I don't know what else to do, though. Like, do I go without the bucket to get through the doors, maybe? Let's try that and see what happens. Because I want to find all the figures.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley
Right.
just
We're gonna
needed to
leave
get
behind
to
the
meeting
bucket this
room,
time.
And from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Actually, wait. No, wait. He said he'll put all the buckets back, but he'll
Good
acknowledge
bucket.
that we can...
Just
Okay.
Stanley and the
No.
bucket. Off
No.
on another
Shut up.
thrilling adventure together.
I refuse.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no? Never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't say
Was
anything
wrong.
about that.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something
If it's
up
the
there
same
I
ending,
need
I'll
you to do.
reset, and we'll try it without
Stanley
the
did
bucket,
not
though.
question
In all
why or
honesty,
how this
you might be
bucket
onto
was speaking
something.
to him. It should have
Nope,
alarmed him.
we missed. Alright, let's just... we missed. Wasn't high enough up. Let's try without the bucket, actually. Well, let's actually try that. Should we? I don't know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed... Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Oh, wait, it's changing again. Oh, wait, it's changing again. Hold up. It's different.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chin. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
That was
But
different.
Stanley had
That
felt
hallway.
the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course.
God damn it. Fuck it, let's just go without the Alright, Ruby, you're getting what you're wanting. We're going without the bucket.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer,
Don't look at it, don't look
and a
at it.
painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of two...
No, this is just a regular game now.
Way to the meeting.
No, that's just... We need the bucket. I think the bucket is like a trigger for the new content. So in all honesty, I do think we need it. Because that's the regular dialogue for the regular game, so we probably do need the bucket for the new content.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door...
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift.
Alright,
yes.
let's wait this
Good.
time.
Said
I was
the bucket.
impatient.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Now.
It should have alarmed him, of
No,
course,
god
because-
fucking damn it. Am I doing it wrong?
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
Wait longer.
Is this
Yeah.
Stanley's office?
The embrace of an old friend.
Should we
withered
try a different ending
companionship
just so it
that
doesn't get
stands
boring?
the
Because we've been
test
trying
of
this one
time.
for a while.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
Let's
left.
go this way this time. Let's shake it up a bit. We don't want to... Oh, it's the same. Hold up. Yeah, somewhere both red and blue, nearby a fireplace. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Wasn't there a
Coming
fire...
to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs
Fireplace.
to the boss's office.
Wasn't there a fireplace in the boss's office? There is.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh, right here.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and the
All right.
rings. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will
We'll go
equal
down.
the second
We'll turn
number,
on the
and
mind
that
control
will be
device this
it.
time.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
All right. I was just blind the first time. I didn't see it. Alright. Only one left. Then we'll find out what happens.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the
Actually,
large
do we
door
want to
that
do
read, "Mind
escape, or do we want to
Control
do
Facility."
turn it on? Let's do escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
This is how we get to the Stanley Parable Museum, so let's go try doing that.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Yep, we're back to the Crushers. Bucket.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Stop! Female narrator?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Yep.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant
this is
in their
different.
own way, but this
Hold on.
one stood above the rest. It was a glorious
Is this a bucket
to
museum? I
behold.
swear to God, if this is a fucking bucket museum. Yup, the bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the... Oh my God. It's nothing but
Can
buckets.
you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a
Hang on,
bucket
I just
like
need a
this
sec.
and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him?
I'm just
Can
applauding
you see that
the bucket.
is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Is that the infinity hole? Inferno bucket? I want... Wait, where's my bucket? Ah, the buckets.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket. But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
What is it? Oh.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket.
But
We
it's
can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader,
All right,
as
then.
commander of a new world, a new vision.
Blech. There we go. Alright, so we just have one more, and it's the red and blue doors. I assume we can take the bucket over there. We just gotta be patient, so let's go do that. Ugh.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this... The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him,
Alright,
of
wait
course,
for
because
it.
buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious.
There we go. Alright.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and
Wait,
he
what?
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Patience. Yep, I was patient that time. And if it doesn't let us go past, we'll go without the
No,
bucket.
stop!
Yep, alright. So we gotta do it without the bucket. Alright. We gotta do it without the bucket to get it, so. Good. Wow. You don't get it then,
All of his
Ruby.
co-workers
You don't get
were
the
gone.
power of this
What
bucket.
could it mean?
Wait,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Doesn't it usually
Perhaps
go
he
to
had
the
simply
right?
missed a memo.
why did I...
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket
Alright,
tightly
let's
to
go.
his... This was not
Oh wait, I
correct.
took the fucking bucket, and I wasn't supposed to. Oh my god. I'm so used to just taking the bucket with me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No bucket this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
Oh,
wanted to
Ruby,
stop by
did you
the
know this
employee
game has a
lounge
trophy
first,
where
just to admire
you're not
it.
you keep it downloaded but you don't play it
It
for
was
5
okay.
years?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
It's an
open
actual
door on his
trophy.
left.
Where you have to leave the game installed and you literally
Stanley
don't play
was
it for
so
5
bad at
years.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you... Really? I was in the middle of
Weird.
something. Do you have zero consideration
game
for
is
others?
weird.
Are you that convinced that I
We don't
want
have a
something
bucket, so
bad
we
to
can
happen
go,
to you?
motherfuckers.
Well, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
No buckets beyond
Look,
past this
let
point.
me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Hey,
Give me
there
a
it is.
chance. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements,
do I get a-
you've
I don't even get an
insisted that
achievement.
a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward.
I told
and we
you.
can't have that.
Listen.
So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Can I leave?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley
Now
walked
what?
through the red door.
I got all the figures. Do I... What do I do? What do I do now? What do I do now? Do I reset the game and get the bucket? I don't know what to do. Do we go to the meeting room, maybe? Should we try resetting the game and going to the meeting room? Let's give that a shot. She did tell us. I want my bucket. Wait, what? What happened to all the new
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have
What?
to put pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figlets. I haven't
What?
stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most
Are we getting the
intrinsically
true
fulfilling
ending?
moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
The memory zone,
I would love
absolutely.
nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
The memory zone. Where Stanley found the collectibles. Hell yeah. Just for you, buddy.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent.
Can I take it?
We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7 out of 6? What? Okay, then. Oh, the bathroom.
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Alright, what was the next one we found?
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
I think it was the stairs. Yep.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
We did not come here. Found one behind the fireplace.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Alright. Oh my god. Is that actual footage of me? Probably not.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
We didn't find this one next.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine.
Oh, it skipped the
right
boxes.
Here by the red and blue doors.
I get it, because
This
of the
memory
conspiracy
is the most
ending.
distinct and clear in my mind. Perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them.
So now
They're
what?
all collected. It was a
Do I
moment
just stop
unlike
playing?
any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh, they just go to the same place. Okay.
And then there was no
what
more.
the fuck?
Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Okay. Now what?
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
Oh.
Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go
You're the one who didn't want a
backwards.
reward
We'll
for
do
them.
the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Alright.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yep, I remember.
Yes, I love that video.
Oh, and then the weird pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
What happens if we go this way? But I like the music box music in the pink room. Yeah, it is pleasant. Oh, and then the bathroom.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
The museum. Wait, what? The jump circle?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating
Let's use up the rest of our jumps.
The fine dust of a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want
Should we?
more.
Do we finish off our jumps? That made me jump.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Nope.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
What happened?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can
Wait,
do
what
it.
about me, though?
I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory?
Sure.
Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I
Okay.
did enjoy telling this story so very much.
All right.
Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wait, so what's going to happen now? Is it going to be different? I guess we're about to find out. I'm assuming this is the ending of the game. So, let's see what happens. Alright, here we go.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in,
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Okay. I'm not sure what to do now.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Meeting room? Any... No, it's
Still
normal
no
now.
one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where... Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked up.
I guess we didn't turn on the machine yet, so we could do that. Yeah, we'll do that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
The figures are gone. I'm so confused. Like, did I do something wrong? Like, did I do the endings? Did I get the figures incorrectly or something? Like,
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never!
So we're gonna turn it on this time.
He squeezed the bucket tighter.
And see if that's
his
different.
one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Birds!
Silly
birds.
The control buttons became active again.
Oh, what?
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
Look at all the birds.
The bucket known this all along. Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
Birds.
Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this
I like
one
this bird.
was surely the
He's
best.
cool.
And Stanley was happy.
Goosey. Well, there's one other ending we haven't gotten with the bucket, now that I think about it, and we can try that. Maybe we have to get all the endings with the bucket first. Oh, wait. Hold up, it's different.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle
Oh, wait, no, it's
embrace.
not.
Stanley clutched
Alright,
the
we gotta go
bucket
this
tightly
way.
to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley
Come on,
had
bucket.
felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Actually, there's two ways we can go. We can either go down that elevator, or we can take the lift all the way up and go that way. So we'll do the lift.
Said the bucket.
So.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now
Bucket
ride
wants to
the
show
lift
us
all the way to
something,
the
so
top.
let's-
There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Alright, let's go.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Yes. Yes. 100% yes.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Bucket.
And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh, Stanley, it's me, your bucket. Press triangle to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him.
I like how the
don't
game,
know if
like
he'll
the
listen
developers
to me.
really thought about like stuff that like gamers would actually attempt to do with
Try
this
anyway.
bucket.
Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think.
Shush.
It can't talk.
You don't get
All
it.
it would ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid
So there's
hunk
another
of
ending
metal.
where we can unplug the phone, so we'll try that next. Press O to ignore anyone in your life. Yep.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty
It's
bucket.
my bucket,
this
though.
Sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no.
Oh,
For the bucket.
oh yeah.
No. What's going
Oh
on?
yeah, we're
Why
gonna.
do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket,
it's my
Stanley.
bucket.
I need it.
No,
give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
No, it's my fucking bucket. Fuck off. Go back to work, Stanley. Sure thing, bucket. Alright, we can do one more in that area. We have to unplug the phone. If that's a possible ending with the bucket. Alright, let's give it a shot.
All of his co-workers were gone.
And I think that's every ending.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
No, wait, and then the maintenance. Let's do the maintenance elevator first.
Room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
We haven't been this way yet, so let's give it a shot. And then we'll go back and do the other ending, and then I think that's every ending. I assume that's what the game wants us to do, is to get every ending.
Good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What the fuck?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Let's do it. Play it. Dun 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 dun.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about.
Music back
Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
Okay.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
As long as it's not the bucket. Where are we? What is this
Don't
place?
you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
What's this thing?
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No. Bucket Destroyer?
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not
God
in the
fucking
original
damn it,
game.
no.
It's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
No. Is there a way to
Go
turn
ahead
it
now,
off?
Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Fine. I love you, Bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I'm giving you my fucking bucket.
Saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Fuck you.
Well, you see,
The
if
bucket's
you were to
better than
really
you,
explore
bitch.
the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet?
bucket.
Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now,
dead.
the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oh. No one gets the bucket unless I say so. What the fuck?
The bucket destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Okay then. I still got my bucket, so haha, fuck you. Is that the ending? It sure is. Alright. There is one ending left, I believe. If I'm remembering correctly. And we have to unplug the phone. So let's go do that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Is Stanley out the bucket?
What the
Really
fuck,
Stanley
guys?
at all? No, surely not.
Was that Stanley? What? Do you guys see that? Okay then.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not...
You guys saw that too, right?
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
What does that
Turned
mean?
out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was
Like,
wrong.
was that an Easter egg?
Stanley
Like,
took
like
the
a
door on
something
his
that
left
very
to the
rarely
back of the
happens?
meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift
That
all
was
the way
cre-
to the
it-
top.
it was just
There's
creepy.
something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
All right.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was
How do you
firmly
get to
convinced
that
the
catwalk?
bucket
There's
had
like so many
spoken to
ways,
him,
but it's
and
like
he unthinkingly
you can
did
never tell
whatever
which
the
one's
bucket
like an
asked.
actual way sometimes. Alright. So we're gonna unplug the phone
In
this time.
here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Because that's a regular
Stanley
ending
once
as well.
again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Alright.
It's sitting right
Let's
here.
watch
Let's
it.
take a look.
Because why not?
What is comedic timing?
Alright.
What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
Narrator is
How
being
can
a
it be
heretic.
used
Yep.
to effectively silence your political enemies?
Doubting the
And more
bucket.
importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
Can it?
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Oh, okay.
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised
Can I
straight
skip
upward
this?
at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then
That's kind of
spell
the
out your
point,
name a
though.
second
Is that the
time.
like
With these
Stanley
steps
doesn't
complete,
talk. You'd be playing a
it's
game
time to
in
begin the
silence
humor.
without the narrator.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds, and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. You'd rather play this game in silence without context?
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
I'm pretty sure
Finally,
this is the last
it's
ending,
time
though.
to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter.
I mean, are you just not a fan of this game?
Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invaders who threaten our very existence.
Wait,
and
what?
will very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared
Why did
to
this
give
turn
our
into war
lives
propaganda?
to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What the fuck?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it?
What year
Well,
is
no
this
matter.
game?
I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay. We can give it a shot. As long as you're not going to be annoying about it.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A
Can't
talking
jump off.
bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Alright.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone.
Oh.
Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud? Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back.
Okay, so let's do it.
Here we go. You ready?
Alright.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
What?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms
Phone's
leading
already
up to
unplugged.
this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think
No,
I need to go
we're not watching that
and
again.
rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Stanley, you put up the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison.
Oh, it's this ending, okay.
Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are.
I don't...
No? Still not... Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket,
then.
which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Oh, wait, no, wait, there's one other ending. Right? We just have to get the bucket and go into the plane of whiteness, right? Alright, let's go do that. Let's give that a shot. Oh, it's not even gonna last this
Stanley
time.
lifted his bucket. He felt a connection to all buckets. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the...
We need the way, so that, we couldn't do what we needed to do with that layout of the office, so we needed to reset. Here we go. Alright. This works.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought. What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
We gotta go,
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek.
There we
Could
go.
his co-workers really all be gone?
There we go. Up. And there we go.
Yes, whispered the bucket into
There we go.
Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more.
I think that was this is every ending now. So what now?
The bucket wondered to itself.
Is that the end?
Perhaps,
Like, did we see all the new content?
Its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations
What
as
the
payback
fuck?
for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
It's still a bucket.
God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank
the
God
fuck?
you already had all 12 emblems
No.
of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power.
Bucket!
Otherwise,
No.
you would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power.
No.
And speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game.
No.
And we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket.
Did I miss an
nor
ending?
The dark magic cast away inside
Did I do every ending? Is that it? Or is something going to be different now because I've done, like, technically every ending? It took longer to load.
All of his co-workers.
Let's go see if that Stanley
What
will
could
be
it
back.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nope. That was weird, though, because he just, like, literally walked across.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it
Is that the
advance
game?
story
Like, did
in
we
any
beat
way.
it? Hang on, I'm going to look it up. Because I don't want to spend the... Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe ending. Alright. Because we must have missed an ending. Oh, do we take the bucket? Hang on. We take the bucket and go back to the office.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself.
No, the balloons were always there.
Is a bucket. And
The balloons were always there.
was.
Nope. Hang on. Did that ending, did that ending. That ending, did that ending. That ending. Oh. Hold up. Okay, Ultra Deluxe endings. Did the skip button, the sequel, the whole perspectives, the figurines, the reassurance bucket endings. The Stanley Parable epilogue. We have not gotten that. After enough attempts at reopening the game, hold up. Let us close the game. Does it show? Okay, so hang on. We're going to close the game. I'm worried, though, it might end the stream. Will it end the stream?